Hello and welcome back to Dicebreaker, where we have some breaking news!
Oh my goodness, breaking news!
Breaking news. We're here at the Dicebreaker news desk.
The Dicebreaker news office.
They have just announced, Ravensburger, that there is going to be a brand new set of Lorcana coming. We already knew that a set 2 was coming at some point, but we now know all of the details about it, when it's arriving. So we've got some previews, new cards.
We've seen the cards.
Oh
my god. Date. It's all happening.
All kinds of news. We're going to talk about the set itself, give you some key details, and then we're going to look at some of the card previews, discuss them.
Lovely.
There's
a heads up.
a lot of fun new things. There's a new keyword. Oh, it's all kicking
new
off.
films. It's happening.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Let's start off with the new set itself. It is called Rise of the Floodborn.
Which is very interesting.
Very interesting. I've actually been working on a lore video in the background.
You know a lot about Floodborn. They're
I
like
do.
a version of the characters where...
It's basically, so the characters that we see in Lorcana are called glimmers. Lorcana is like in this kind of like spacey void that's full of story stars.
Oh, I love that.
Which contain Disney stories.
Right.
And by like harnessing the power from them and using like the magical ink that are Illumineers, which is who we are when we play the game.
That's it.
We can like create glimmers, which are called Storyborn. We then like dream up new versions of the characters. Like for example, here's Goofy as a stuntman. Then it's called a Dreamborn.
I'm dreaming of it.
I might have mixed that up. That might be Floodborn. I can't remember. But Floodborn is when basically no one's in control, as far as I can tell, and a flood of ink, which I think is also maybe the wrong color, has hit one of the glimmers. So, for example, one of them is like, oh, what if Hades was actually King of Olympus now?
Oh, wild.
And it's like,
okay.
oh, okay, geez.
This is interesting.
Yeah, or like, oh, Stitch is now a world-famous surfer.
Yeah,
all
so we're
this kind
seeing
of
them
stuff.
in situations we would never normally see these Disney characters in.
Yeah.
And they were like often really cool looking, interesting,
Yeah.
different art, reimaginings, alternate universe vibes.
We also
I
get for the
really like
Floodborn
it.
that they seem to be like reverse personality.
Yes.
Which we'll talk about because we've got a brainy Gaston coming up, which is very fun.
Little spoilers.
But yeah, like we said, so we've got like, oh, what if Hades was actually, you know, in control of the overworld rather than the underworld? Or I'm trying to think of other ones. We've got like, there's for example a Captain Hook where he's learned to fly and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yes.
So
yeah.
So they're kind of the Floodborn are going to be like the central story kind of beat of this new set. We're going to maybe see where they've come from, like what it is that caused the flood. There are hints in the artwork.
Yeah, because there is a story going on. If
In
you
the
do not
first?
know, Wheels, as he says, working a lore video, there is like a story going on in the world. There's like people going there
Yeah.
and things. There is stuff to delve into.
There's an evil Mickey Mouse.
Oh my god, maybe.
I'm telling you.
Not confirmed.
I'm telling
maybe.
you, there's an evil Mickey
Someone
Mouse.
putting a little red string on boards and going, look at all the Mickeys.
You've gotta
Yeah,
to work
someone's
this
got
stuff
it.
out because it's all
Someone
just in
has.
like, oh, here's like one sentence of flavor text and a bit of
It's
art.
all subtle hints.
So, Rise of the Floodborns, we're obviously going to see brand new cards. It's going to be a complete new set, new booster boxes, new packs, all that kind of stuff. There's also going to be new starter decks. We're going to see one in Amethyst in steel, which I believe is the
very
colors
interesting.
of our sort of like main character we saw in the story trailers, the kind of like goth
it
poetry
is.
woman. And we're also then going to see one in amber and sapphire. Which is interesting.
That's
Blue and yellow.
interesting mix, yeah.
Yeah, which I think that's a pretty good color for like princess combos at the moment.
Yes, definitely.
So I wonder if that's
Yeah,
where they're
got,
going
like,
to sort of
Moana,
lean
Aurora.
through that. So that's fun.
What's going on?
We're also going to get a new Illuminators Trove, of course. So
Yeah.
if you're not already aware, it's like 8 booster packs and like some little, like a little collector's book and stuff like that. Basically like a big bundle. And then also alongside the set, and we will talk about the mechanics of the set in a minute, there's going to be like a brand new like Disney 100, which I think is like the 100th anniversary.
Yeah.
They're going to have like these very, very special art cards that have been illustrated by Disney animators.
The actual people that make these movies.
Yeah, they're very pretty. I think you can just buy them as a set. I don't think it's like, oh, I hope you get them.
Yeah,
it's very
no,
much
it's
like you
just
just
it comes with some extra boosters and
Yeah.
stuff. It's a whole little
very much looks
lovely
like the gift set that we got for the first one that had
Yes.
Hades and Mulan in it, but this one's just going to be like, here's these beautiful cards. They're a collector's item.
Yeah,
I
and it's
think-
a limited thing, so
Yeah.
it's like just for a little while. And it's cards that have already come out now. You can we'll probably pop it up.
It
on
will be
screen.
it'll be a mix of new and old because
Oh,
some of
new.
some of them are from
sorry,
the
I
first
only
set.
saw a picture.
Yeah, some of them are from the new set, which is kind of interesting. Hence why it's coming out at the same time.
Very exciting.
But yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's talk more though about Rise of the Floodborn itself.
Yeah, the most thing I'm most excited for is the fact we have new movies coming.
Yes,
And-
including
and movies where we've seen stuff before, but new things. We've got Jungle Book.
Yes.
Which I love. I love Jungle Book.
I'm not a big Jungle Book fan, but I'm
love
interested to see
it.
what kind of stuff we get from there. My dad's a big Baloo fan.
Oh, yeah.
He used to scratch his back on a wall. Because he was like, wow, what a great move. I've got to get that for myself.
Well, maybe
You can see where I get it from.
An action card. Scratch back against the wall. We've also got Snow White. We've seen the Queen from Snow White so far, but that's all we've seen. We haven't seen Snow White herself or any of the dwarves or anything like that.
Some of them, like, for example, we're going to see Winnie the Pooh as well. We've already seen Tigger, but that's literally it as far as, like...
Winnie the Pooh.
But now we're actually going to see Winnie the Pooh. And one of the cards that we'll be looking at today is Winnie the Pooh, and it is a great card.
Best thing ever.
It's a great card. We're going to see Great Mouse Detective.
Yeah, I've never seen this movie, but I know a lot of people are
it's a good
very
film.
fond of it.
Yeah, there's a big scene where they're on Big Ben fighting. It's great.
Amazing. Can we see that?
We're going to see Pinocchio.
Yeah.
And huge news for furries. We're going to see Zootopia as well. It's coming.
We got the hot fox that everyone's very excited about.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I don't know. We got the hot fox, but I assume they would.
Probably he's a main character.
Zootopia.
Last but not least, a film that neither of us have seen is Raya and the Last Dragon, which is like a very very recent one. So
definitely kind of playing to, I guess, the young audience. People like the kids that are watching the movies right now. They're Disney, And
last but not least, we're also going to see Tiana. So we've seen plenty of Dr. Facilier, but no one else from The Princess and the Frog. So we'll see Tiana too. So
give us
pretty
more
cool.
Princesses.
Yes, and we'll get a look at one of her cards coming up in a second. But first, before we get into the cards themselves, because we've got previews of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like 10 of them, which is wild. So plenty of stuff to get through. But before we get that, a few more details. First of all, local game stores are going to have access to this new set from November the 17th. So you'll be able to grab them from your friendly local game store. Then I'm a big fan of them doing it that way around, where
it's really nice.
Local game stores that are for hobbyists get like an early access.
Yeah, and then everyone else can get it 1st of December for mass market for online everywhere else.
From Target to Amazon. Whoever your favorite world-destroying CEO is, you can pay him for the nice new cards.
Them.
Yes. But that is everything apart from our final bit of news before we get onto the cards, which is we have a new keyword.
Yeah, which is also very cool. It's called
new mechanic.
Resist.
Yes.
Resist characters, they can ignore X damage, so however much that they have, from any damage dealt to them. So not just challenging or, facing
even
off
like a
each
fire
other.
the cannons or a smash.
Oh, God.
So if they've got resist 2, the first 2 bits of damage they get dealt in each instance will get ignored.
Yeah,
we don't know if that's going to be like
huge.
turn-based, because that was how it worked in Keyforge, which is this game is very similar to, because they have the sort of shield mechanic.
Interesting.
And I don't know if it's going to be like every single time you hit them, they will ignore 2 damage.
Well,
and that,
like
which is very strong.
Yeah, huge.
Because then you need to have a minimum of 3 just to hit them if they've got resist 2. But also, it could be the fact that it's just the first 2 per turn.
Yeah,
example,
which is still big, Like, it's, every little piece of damage, whether you get it or don't, it counts.
Yes, it does.
Matters for a lot.
And with that in mind, let's take a look
let's have a look
at our brand new cards.
I'm very excited.
We're going to kick off with, the guy who led the whole thing in the first place.
He's
the chairman of the board. It's Mickey Mouse Friendly Face. We're starting off in Amber. This is a silver level rarity card. So second most rare you can get outside of the Enchanted. He is for 6 mana and he can be inked. He has a 1/6 that quests for 3, which is pretty good. And he has the ability, Glad You're Here. Whenever this character quests, you pay 3 less for the next character you play this turn.
Which is very big.
Wow.
Because you save up for him, then you've just got like 1 mana left. You can play like a pretty big character like straight down just for 3 less. If it's like 4, you're just playing 1 or something.
It's like giving every single one of your cards shift, but you don't actually have to do the shift bit. That's crazy.
Damn, Mickey.
It's only for the next character you play, obviously, so it'll only go for the first one that you do after that, but obviously you can synergize that however you like.
Combo some great stuff up.
There's also, it's worth saying, like, it seems like that's a bit of a kind of feature of Amber coming out, because obviously we had the Lantern card, which does a similar thing, which is an item where you tap it and you pay 1 less for the next character. Seems like Amber can ramp, but only for characters, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
We've also got that just-in-time card as well, where you play like a 5-cost card for 3.
Right.
All that kind of stuff. Seems like they've got a bit of a sort of like mechanic around making characters cheaper as their kind of central play style, which...
Interesting thing to build a deck around, Can't go wrong. Characters on the board.
Flooding the board.
Floodborn, if you
Flooding the board.
Whoa, what's happening?
Mickey Mouse Friendly Face is a Storyborn character. He is a hero. He's also got a little bit of... So if we look at the flavor text, you'll see, I talk about this briefly in the video that will be coming, there is a border in between sort of rules text and flavor text. and there are 3 different types. Someone pointed this out to us in stream.
Yeah, it's so cool.
This one has like a little fountain pen, which means that it's been written by the designers of the game. If it has like a little open book, that means that it's like a direct quote from like the story / film. And then they'll also have like a treble clef, which is for songs and song lyrics.
Oh, that's so cute. I love that.
So this has been written by the designers. Mickey is telling us, come on in, there's lots to explore. The question is, where is he inviting us into? Because there's been little hints of like a real world outside of the Illuminary.
Yeah, I mean,
called the Inklands. So
I was going to say it looks very like Illumineer's place, but it's also just a fancy door, so it could be somewhere else.
Well, it's got like the sort of shaped language of like the amber sigil as well. So yeah, interesting.
Yeah, I think so.
Where is he taking us? Where is he taking us?
He's saying hi because we have a Mickey from the first release where he's like, "Welcome, you're welcome, Illumineer."
He's like the old friend or something like that.
Yeah,
I can't remember the subtitle, but he will come up on screen.
Is this he's taking us somewhere else?
Yeah.
Goodness, what's gonna happen?
Because in the spoiler alert for the video, bad things happen to the Illuminary, so they need somewhere else to go. So let's see where that takes us. We'll move on to the next card in Amber, and we are getting another card from the Queen. This time,
she is
commanding presence, Maddie. Goodness me.
She is 5 ink. She can be inked, and she is a 4/3. So she's like pretty powerful. You can shift her as well. You can shift her for just 2.
Just 2, which is
ridiculous. Wild when she's 5.
Well, we don't really know what other Queen cards are going to be in this set because currently the only one that exists is also a 5-cost one.
Oh, okay, interesting.
She's the fantastic one where you can just tap and draw a card, which is great. But this is our first Floodborn, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah, here she is. She's a villain and a queen, obviously. She can go questing for 2, and her ability is Who is the Fairest? Whenever this character quests, chosen opposing character gets -4 this turn, and chosen character gets +4 this turn.
Good lord.
Which is pretty wild.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm building a Amber Ruby combat deck, and this is going straight
gonna be huge.
in.
You need 4 of her. 100%.
Yeah, she's fantastic. This is another silver rarity one.
It is.
Another one with the villain tag, and also Queen, which is fun.
We think a lot of these are the ones we're revealing are like all the quite powerful ones. So we haven't seen a lot of the basic ones. If you're like, wow, these are all quite expensive and quite rare. I think that's the ones that released so far.
I don't know if there's any on here that are less than at least bronze. You know? So like these are definitely like the the core ones. But yeah, no, that is a fantastic card, and for 5, it's really not that expensive, especially when you can shift her. So I would imagine we're going to see some commons with like a sort of cheap version of the Queen, which is interesting. We can also see there's no flavor text on this one, but she's in like some kind of strange little alchemy laboratory or something.
Yeah, making her poisons probably.
Strange. What is going on?
Apple to Snow White. You know, she's in her laboratory. That's quite Queen behavior. Slay.
But it's again, this is a Floodborn character, so it's like what's changed?
Yeah, that's so true.
Because we obviously had loads of Floodborn in the first set. One of them is just I believe it's Dr. Facilier, Agent Provocateur, which is a very great card.
Yeah, great card.
But it's like, what's Floodborn about him? You know?
Yeah, what's going on?
What's going on with that? Interesting.
Is she at Illumineer's place?
Yeah,
is she
here helping out,
messing things up?
Is she being a friend?
Is she being good?
Maybe. Wild.
Ooh, but it still says villain.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Gosh, I guess.
Just don't know.
Guess we'll have to find out on November 17th. We'll move on to our next Amber card, and we have our first action and a song to
this
boot.
Is a common. I take back everything I said.
That is. Well, it's an uncommon. It's an uncommon. So
common.
Let's see if we get a common.
Okay.
I don't know why we're so excited about the not rare cards, but it does mean that you'll actually get them in your pack pretty easily.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is very nice. This is Zero to Hero.
Oh, a classic.
A classic tune from Hercules. This is 2 ink. It cannot be inked itself. It is a song, which means you can tap or exert rather a character with cost 2 or more to sing it for free. You count the number of characters that you have in play, and then you can pay that amount ink less for the next character you play.
Wow, yeah. So Amber is definitely really leaning into that.
Amber is going wide in the next sets. They could
a lot of characters out.
Kind of already saw that from our Amber Amethyst kind of starter deck, where it was very much a lot of cheap characters
get
flooding
characters,
the board.
get lore, have a great time.
We are leaning into that. Goodness.
Wow,
yeah, might be rivaling blue for the best rampers here, as long as you don't worry about paying for anything but characters.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
I like it. The art's fun. I love Hercules.
Big fan of Hercules. One of my favorites.
That's very cool.
Not a whole lot more to say on that one.
No.
Does what it says on the tin. Great song.
Zero
to Hero. Let's
like that.
move on, Maddie.
Oh my goodness.
To our favorite
My
card.
favorite card.
Our favorite card from the new set so
It's
far.
Winnie the Pooh, Honey Wizard. I can't. It's too
It is
much.
so cute.
It is 5 ink. It can be inked. It is beautiful.
We didn't clarify the important for beautiful or not.
It's important for him. I love Winnie the Pooh. In case you didn't know. He can challenge for 5. And he's got 5 willpower, so he's a strong guy. He's just quests for 2. You know, he's just a good guy, strong, and he's a dreamborn.
He is
he's
indeed.
Dreaming of honey.
Here we go. This is our first common.
Oh, yeah.
No wonder we were so excited about the commons.
And he's only I'm going to
Winnie
have
the Pooh
100
Honey
of these. I'm going to make an entire wall out of these. He's also a hero and a sorcerer.
Yes,
And
yes, he
we've seen that
is.
from other. We have Mickey Mouse sorcerer. There's a whole
Amethyst is definitely the
that
magic.
people are.
You know, like magical characters seem to go into the Amethyst category. We've also got a little bit of flavor text from him. He always felt a kinship with honey. They're both golden and sweet and likely to end up in sticky situations. Very cute. I will also say that this artwork on the card is going to be one of our new playmats.
Which
and
I will be
I genuinely think this is one of my favorite pieces of art they've done so far.
Yeah.
Like, it's fantastic. It's just overall like a really great illustration from John Lauren, it looks like. But like seeing it in the full spread on the playmat.
It's beautiful.
Oh, it's so pretty.
They picked well with that. It's just, I like this up because they're doing a lot leaning into that kind of alternate universe, like seeing characters in ways we haven't seen them before, which is honestly really fun because it's like, when else are we going to see that with Disney characters?
Yeah, we started off with the kind of like, look, here's the bread and butter, here's what you know. We'll pepper a few little strange things. What's
no,
that?
Winnie the Pooh's a wizard! Whoa, what?
He's a honey monster. But yeah, this is great. There's, again, not a lot to say about this card because it's a pretty straightforward one.
Basic
but
guy.
it's a 5/5 for 5 and it costs for 2.
I
so
love him.
God, he's good though.
Oh, beautiful.
He's pretty. Let's move on to another character card from Amethyst, and this time we have Elsa.
All right, another Elsa. We've got a few of these.
Yeah, she is 4 ink and can be inked herself. She has 3 power and 4 willpower. 3 tough. 3. What's the word?
Strength.
Strength. The amount of unlearning of magic keywords I have to do. 3 strength and 4 willpower.
Yeah.
This is a storyborn hero, queen, sorcerer, all
She's
the keywords.
doing it all.
My God. All the tags. She's just a 3/4 with Challenger 3, so you can do up to 6 damage. Which is going to be very handy if you're going to have a lot of resist characters out that you're going to have to deal with. Questing for 1. Again, quite sort of by the numbers stuff from the previews we're getting for Amethyst.
Yeah, because this is another common, right? Is that rarity common?
It is common, yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
I wonder if, because I'm kind of insinuating here that there's a lot going on with Amethyst.
Yeah, story-wise.
Story-wise, I think there's a lot of interesting things. I wonder if they had to be quite careful about the cards that they previewed, not to give away
interesting.
things.
Yeah, because we haven't got like the other ones. We had like, oh, these are the big, powerful characters.
Yeah.
Rare. Oh, I'm interested.
Ooh.
I'm intrigued.
I'm intrigued. That is so many tags, by the way.
Yeah.
It's going to work in a lot of...
Another sorcerer.
Yeah, and another character that isn't a princess, but is a queen.
Yeah.
Which is kind of interesting. So I wonder if we're going to see some queen synergies coming up
queen
as
deck.
well. Yeah, queen deck. Queen deck for all the queens out there.
Slay.
Let's move on, and I'm assuming... No, actually, we've got another Amethyst character.
Oh, and we have a slightly more rare one.
Yes, this is the sort of like 3rd tier of rare.
Yeah.
So the bronze level.
This is Merlin, shapeshifter. He costs 4 ink, can be inked, and he's got strength 1, willpower 5, so he's not the strongest guy. But his power is Battle of Wits. Whenever one of your other characters is returned to your hand from play, this character gets +1 lore this turn. So he already quests for 1, gets another little extra 1.
Yeah, so this kind of hints at a gameplay style that we might be seeing in this set, kind of voluntarily returning your characters back to your hand. Because you'll notice it says this turn, and obviously there's no out-of-turn interactions yet in Lorcana, so it means that you would have done it to yourself.
Yeah.
There is already Befuddle in the first set, which has actually got him on the art. So I wonder if we're going to see some synergies about just replaying characters over and over again, especially if they've got abilities that trigger when they enter the play.
Yeah.
This is like a pretty good staple maybe for like a sort of like a blink deck almost, you know, that we might have seen in Magic, but... Yeah, interesting.
So you can challenge, quest, and pop back into your hand, come back out, all new things are happening.
You've got that White Rabbit's Pocket Watch as well, so you can give it rush. So you can sort of, you know, go for a quest, befuddle it back to your hand. Merlin gets another lore. You quest with him. You put the character back down. You give it rush with the Pocket Watch. It goes for a challenge. God, a lot of.
Now you're playing Lorcana.
Now you're playing Lorcana. A lot of combos coming out from Amethyst, I think, which is going to be very, very fun. It's already one of my favorite colors to play with, so I'm excited to see more from it. And we have one more Amethyst card, in fact, and this is probably the most cuckoo bananas one of the set.
This is wild.
Yeah.
For 3 ink, it can't be inked, it's only 3. And the ability is knowledge from the Sorcerer's Spellbook item. You can exert it for 1 ink, gain 1 lore.
1 ink, 1 lore.
Not a character gets an extra, which is Eye of Fate.
Yeah.
Just whenever you want, just an extra lore.
1 ink, 1 lore.
And it's an item.
And it's an item.
Quite hard, much harder to get rid of than a character. There are things that do
Maybe
this.
that'll change in the next set. We don't know, but
Perhaps.
yeah.
But it's the kind of thing I feel like as many people will be building
Pretty
their deck
much
around.
exclusively Steel that can deal with it in the first set.
Yes,
like you couldn't
true.
befuddle that, so like outside of that, maybe
just got that
let
every
it go
turn.
or something. But yeah,
you got to
geez.
start putting that in your mind when you're trying to plan what's happening next.
Yeah.
It's a big one. It's
Another
pretty good.
interesting bit of story text here as well. Illumineers seek the power of knowledge, but must be aware of the price. There is a kind of theme going on of like Amethyst being a little bit of a dangerous ink to work with. The description on the website says like, they have a lot of potential power, but it's all about how well they can control it because it can go awry. And I wonder if maybe our sort of main story characters have gotten into a bit of trouble.
Yeah, because there's quite a lot of villains in
There are.
Amethyst.
There are 10 villain tagged cards in the purple of the first set. So the second highest to that being like red and green, which have 6 each.
Interesting.
So yeah,
wow,
I feel like Amethyst has got a lot.
Oh, it's a powerful place.
A lot of interesting thing going
Dangerous,
on.
though.
It's kind of it reminds me as well of Black Mana in Magic as well. I wonder if it's got that kind of slightly sinister vibe to it.
spooky.
Not evil, but like a little bit conniving.
Yeah, just, there are villains in Disney.
Yeah.
That's
There are
allowed.
indeed.
That's
There
allowed.
are indeed. And we've seen a few already in our previews. Let's move on to our next color. And we are popping into Steel to see a brand new character.
Favorite of mine. And we have Tiana.
Tiana, the Celebrating Princess. 4 ink to play her. Can't be inked herself. She's a Dreamborn hero princess with 1 strength and 4 willpower. And has our brand new ability that we teased earlier.
Is.
Resist +2. Damage dealt to this character is reduced by 2. I don't think that's not per turn. Yeah, that's every single time. Every single time. So yeah, if you're popping out one of those steel board wipes where it does 2 damage, what is it? Grab your sword, 2 damage to every character.
Yeah,
that's just going to completely ignore
her.
If you're hitting her with a smash, she'll only take 1. If you're hitting her with a fire the cannon, she'll only take nothing. She's going to be tough to get rid of. She's already got 4 health herself, so you have to hit her with 6 to get her in one go. That's going to be a lot to deal with. She's also got an ability. What you give is what you get. While this character is exerted and you have no cards in your hand, opponents can't play actions.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Because if someone tries to come and do a board wipe, I'm pretty sure that's an action.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh. Dragonfire?
Yeah.
No.
No Dragonfire
That's
for you.
allowed.
No Be Prepared. No Grab Your Swords. No Smash.
Yeah, that's powerful.
Yeah.
And she's going to be tough to get rid of.
Yeah, she's going to be very hard to get rid
great.
of. She's just going to go questing for 2 lore. She
Can't be
is a
sniffed at.
silver rarity. It's a strong card. I feel like Steel was the color I was least excited by in the first set.
Interesting.
Outside of Big Tinkerbell, which obviously
I
is
love
fantastic.
Steel because of Big Tinkerbell and a couple of other Tinkerbells.
Yeah, I wonder if we're going to see a lot more interesting stuff out of them in this set.
I hope so, because that's what I'm building.
Yeah.
Give me more.
Give her more.
Please. All right.
Moving on for another Steel card. And, the art on this one.
We have Cinderella, stout-hearted. This is a Floodborn because look at her.
Yeah.
We have Cinderella in armor. She's got like a magical sword. She looks
at that
so
fit.
cool.
Look at that fit.
Oh my god, she's amazing.
Mercurial.
And, like, the little bracelet when she's got a heart decorating. Oh, I'm obsessed.
Love the little
yeah.
Magical sort of
Because it's got like
streams
the
of light
shimmer
around
from
her.
which is like the fairy godmother. Like that's what it looks like. Oh,
Yeah.
thank you, fairy godmother.
Damn, what if the fairy godmother was a magical talking sword?
Whoa!
That's the kind of fun you can have with Floodborn.
She's also a hero and a princess, of course.
Yeah.
And she's also a knight.
Yeah.
So I might say things with knights,
Yeah,
maybe.
first of a knight card that I'm
think
aware
so.
of, which is pretty fun.
Pretty cool.
Shift 5 as well, so you can get her
Yeah.
out. These Floodborn characters are so
easier.
strong as
She's
it is.
expensive,
and the fact that
but-
you can just pay them for cheaper.
It's lovely. She has also got the new keyword resist. +2. And she has 5 strength and 5 willpower.
Yeah.
And so if she's ignoring 2 damage whenever you give it to her, she is going to be tough to get rid of. She's a
Yeah.
knight.
Yeah.
She's powerful.
She
She's
is.
magical.
Look at that shield, guys.
She even has an ability, the singing sword.
This is very interesting.
Whenever you play a song, this character may challenge ready characters this turn.
Yeah, who cares if they're
which
exerted?
is huge.
That's massive. That's genuinely
Yeah.
massive. I think the amount of times where I've been on the edge of losing a game and someone just popped out a character, and I'm like, well, I've got
Can't
nothing
do
to
anything
exert
with
them,
that.
so unless I have an
Now
action
you
in hand,
can.
yeah, geez, now you've got Cinderella out, and
And
all of a
only
sudden,
that, she quests for 3 lore.
yeah, 3 lore as well. This is a
Fantastic.
silver rarity as well.
She is doing a lot.
I think we've seen 1 gold rarity, which was the Queen.
Yes, yeah.
Outside of that, I'll quickly check, but yeah, I'm pretty sure we've only
seen
gone
any
up
gold
to
rarities.
pretty much just silver so far.
Yeah.
No, yeah, we've not hit a gold yet. So this is not even the most powerful card. It's
Damn.
pretty wild.
Big things are happening. So I'm very excited for this. I have a steel emerald deck, so I will be looking for her.
I
Her in.
think this in a steel ruby deck that's all about banishing other characters.
yeah.
This is going to be big.
Powerful.
Very, very big. Let's move on to our next card, and we are hitting Ruby, and of course one of our new films as well. It is Rhea, Warrior of Kumandra. I've literally never seen this film, I'm afraid, so I don't know anything about that. But this is Rhea in the Last Kingdom.
Raya and the Last Dragon.
Raya and the Last Dragon. Sorry.
Yeah.
This is a 4 ink character. Can be inked herself. 5 strength and 3 willpower, and can quest for 1. This is just an uncommon.
Yeah.
Interesting to see our new characters.
Yeah,
here.
I think it's just interesting to see that we've got a new film, and yeah, reaching out to a different audience perhaps,
Yes.
which is cool.
Yeah,
Lovely
'cause
to see.
We're not necessarily the target market for Lorcana.
No,
but we do
we're
love
one
it.
of them. It's cool
Yeah.
to see other people, because the reason this game is so lovely is it's hopefully getting people that are probably more intimidated to normally get into
Yes.
TCGs, opening it up to the world to them. So hopefully they'll see stuff and they'll be like, I want to get into this.
And this is Storyborn. Obviously, we're not as familiar with the character, but this is as she appears in the story.
Just as she is.
Interesting to see what she'll look like in Dreamborn and Floodborn mode as well, because she's a very cool character design.
Yeah, she is great.
We will move on to a very, very good card in Ruby, which is an item card, Maddie.
This is Dinner Bell. I don't know what movie this is from.
I think that's the Beast there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait, that might actually be the Great Mouse Detective.
Oh, that makes
That
sense.
might actually be the Great Mouse Detective.
I
I'm not.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I'm not as clued up on that film. I have seen it, but that
looks
silhouette does remind me of the villain.
Yeah.
So correct me if you think I'm wrong, folks. But
Okay. This is a card, it's an item card for 4 ink, cannot be inked, but the effect is you know what happens. To exert it for 2 ink, draw cards equal to the damage on chosen character of yours, then banish them.
that's so good.
Oh, it's great.
If you've like got one of those, I don't know, like 1/4 characters, and they've just been
Yeah.
chipped away at over a couple of turns, they're probably going to get banished next turn. 2 mana, I'll draw 4 cards. Thanks.
Incredible.
Yeah, so good,
Huge.
so good. And you can do it straight after going into a challenge for someone.
Yeah, that's great.
So
So
if
you can just challenge, kill off, get some cards.
just smacked one of their big high damage characters to whittle them down, and they've only got 1 health left. I'll have some cards,
Ideal.
thanks. God, it's a little specific, and I wonder if that will make it a bit difficult. I don't know if they're going to have some cards in the set that kind of maybe do damage to your own characters in exchange for effects, which would be kind of fun.
Ooh, interesting.
We've not seen many kind of self kind of damaging.
Not yet.
Not even just damaging, but like, I'll discard in exchange for something.
Yeah.
Which is obviously like quite a common thing in other trading card games, which I don't think we've seen too much of yet.
No,
Lorcana.
not yet.
We've only 1 set out, of course. But yeah, maybe we'll see a few more synergies around like, I will take the L briefly in
to
exchange
make
for the
myself
W
more
that will
powerful.
come, But yeah.
This is great. Drawing cards is
Interesting.
always good. Can't go wrong.
Yeah, it's one of the most important things to do in a card game. Speaking of
Okay.
card games, let's move on. And we have
Here he is.
a very fun card.
Oh, he's so fun.
So as we said, with the Floodborn, it seems to twist them into an opposite version of themselves. Here we have Gaston, Intellectual Powerhouse. Incredible title.
Oh, he's so knowledgeable.
He's going to cost you 6 ink. He
Yeah.
cannot be inked himself. He is a 4/4, a Floodborn villain with Shift 4. So you can pay him for 4 if you've got another
pretty
Gaston out.
good.
And as Chase, our American correspondent, pointed out, that
Yeah.
means you can turn Himbo Gaston into Smart Gaston, which is quite funny.
Oh my god, yeah.
He goes for a character transformation before your
Love
eyes.
that.
He can quest for 3 and has the ability Developed Brain, which reads, when you play this character, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You may put 1 into your hand and put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. So that is
Good.
a far sight better than Maleficent's play and draw a card.
Yeah.
You're basically, it's develop your brain is what it's referencing,
Yeah.
which is the look at the top 2 cards.
Ooh,
Item action, sorry, not item, from the first set. But this one comes with a character attached to it, so that's pretty good.
Incredible. And a powerful character. A
Yeah,
great
powerful character. That's. With 3 lore, you just can't go wrong.
Oh, yeah.
You just can't go wrong.
Huge.
The biggest we've ever seen is 4 so far, outside of like in-game effects, which is on Brave Little Tailor. So 3 is pretty up there.
Yeah, it's big. Once you get something with 3 lore and you're only trying to get to 20, that can add up very quickly.
Very, very good. Especially if you've got a couple of them. Yeah, goodness gracious.
It's good.
All of our biggest characters, outside of that Mickey Brave Tailor card, pretty much all of our biggest, best characters have been about 3 lore each. So that goes to show just how useful this card can be. But we only have one card remaining to talk about.
Left. Another one of my favorites from this set.
Oh,
here she is.
Our only emerald card, but it is gorgeous.
We have Belle, Hidden Archer. Look at her.
It's our first
incredible.
full rare.
Oh, this is our gold.
Golden rarity.
I'm not surprised. She's so fancy.
She's fantastic.
She is a
as well.
Floodborn. So, this isn't classic Belle. We're seeing her like hanging out. She is a hero princess. She is 5 ink, can't be inked. She has 3 strength, 3 willpower. You can also shift her.
For 3. So you
there
can
are
pay
bells.
3 ink, get this character out, and immediately quest for 3.
Because so far we've got pretty powerful bells. Have we got any lower cost ones yet?
There are definitely some bells, I think, that are a little bit cheaper.
Yeah, okay.
I might be speaking out my butt
I
there,
thought we only had
whilst you
Sapphire.
read out her abilities, I'm going to check.
All right. She has, because of her beautiful rose arrows, the ability Thorny
So
Arrows.
cool, by the way. So cool.
I love it.
If you haven't seen that already, the rose hilted arrows.
Take a look at her.
So good.
She has, whenever this character is challenged, the challenging character's player discards all cards in their hand. This is wild. Because she is just such a threat now. Because she quests for 3 lore. Again, that is big. She's going to be ramping up to get you to that 20 lore. And no one's really going to come after her because card draw is one of the biggest things that can slow you down in Lorcana. So if you have to lose all of your cards...
Yeah.
That's pretty rough.
We're seeing a recurring theme now in Emerald of if you hit my characters, bad things will happen to you.
You're going to regret it, which is why I love Emerald.
There's Cuzco, for example, who it's like if you banish this, then you get banished too. There's the Mad Hatter, where every time you hit it, he gets to draw a card. It's just there's quite a few now where it's like, all right, look, I might not have the strongest characters around, but you're not going to want to hit them. You are not going to want to hit them, which I think is a very fun little dynamic to have.
It's a really fun mechanic.
We do have a cheaper cost spell. It's Belle Inventor.
Cool. Okay,
which is in my current deck,
so you can
which is the one that lets you quest and pay 1 less for an item. So that only costs you 3, so you could get it the next turn over.
Sweet.
You will have to combo with blue to do that, but obviously we don't know what other bells are going to be in this set, so we'll see how many other bells we get.
Another little emerald bell.
It's crazy that we've only got 2 bells at the moment.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I know.
Damn.
There's a lot. I mean, they've only got so much space for cards. That's why it's so exciting to see even some of the films we've already seen just get like a few extra. Because will Snow White be in it now?
Yeah.
Like that's
Snow White and 7 Dwarfs.
Yeah. No, but like, will the princess Snow White?
Yeah,
herself?
no, we've not seen it yet, right? Yeah, so
maybe.
Wild. I will also say that the Belle cards so far have all been very powerful.
Oh, Belle is I mean, she's smart.
We've only seen 3 of them, and they've all been very good. One of them is allowing you to ramp for your items. Strange but Special is probably one of the most broken cards in the first set.
So good.
Allowing you to play like double ink per turn.
Yeah,
and also getting like 4 lore when she quests if you've got 10 or more ink in you well.
Huge.
And now you've got one that if you hit her, you discard your entire hand. It's ridiculous.
God, it's all about the bells.
Yeah.
Belle's the way to go.
If you want to be the belle of the ball, get yourself a Belle card. Wow. Goodness gracious, that is all of our cards.
Pretty much our news.
That is a pretty exciting glance into some of the design space that we're going to see from this next set.
I cannot wait. We are already loving Lorcana. If you haven't tried it, if you're into Magic, Pokemon, anything, or if you don't play card games, check it out. It's incredibly fun.
Yeah, there are local leagues that are happening at your friendly game stores.
We've been to one. It was really fun.
It was
great
good.
vibes. Everyone was lovely.
But yesterday we couldn't make it.
Oh.
It's crazy. Damn. Can't believe it. But yeah, go out there, give it a try. I think it's been a little bit difficult to get this first set, but I'm hoping now that they've gauged the market, this one should be a lot more populated.
It's
Fingers
pre-Christmas.
crossed.
You'd like to think they're ready for
it's
it.
It's the Christmas drive.
They know.
Yeah. I almost feel like the first set was kind of just a way for them to prove themselves as a game.
Well, it's one of those things where it's like,
those hobby people
is it going to be popular for TCG players as well as just Disney fans? And yes, it is.
Yeah.
So
we're in.
I'm sold.
We're not big Disney girlies, but we're in.
I love it. It's great. Incredibly fun.
Yeah. So
cannot wait for this.
There you go. That is all the information that we have so far on the second set of Lorcana Rise of the Floodborn. If you want to find out more about Lorcana, we've got so much content on the channel now.
So much. And more coming. We've got this whole lore video that we've been hinting to throughout.
Yeah, hit subscribe. Click the bell icon to get notified. The bell icon!
Oh my goodness, we want to be the bell of the ball.
Click the bell icon to get notified whenever we put a new video live. Give us a like and a comment as well. Tell us which card in the comments you're most excited for from the new set. Because, I mean, what's yours, Maddie?
Probably Belle Hidden Archer.
I know it's so mundane and yet so powerful though. That Sorcerer's Spellbook. Spellbook for me.
No fair.
Because I've got a deck that's kind of half built around items anyway.
I was going to say,
especially with that Tamatoa card from the first set. So you shove out 4 of them, and I'm just like, cheers, man. 4 lore for 4 ink. That's ridiculous.
You may as well just have no characters.
Yeah, literally.
Like, try and hit me. I'm not worried.
Challenge away, bro.
I got no characters.
But there you go. That is going to be us for that. Head us on over to Dicebreaker.com as well, where we've got plenty more on Lorcana. We've got a full news story on the Disney 100 and the animators that have made the cards, if you want to have a little look at that and all the new sets.
Any more news coming, that'll be where it's hot off the press the second it comes out. That's where you should check it out.
Pretty much before anywhere else. Yeah. So, go on over there and give it a look. We've also got a membership program over at Dicebreaker.com/subscribe if you want to aid us in our efforts to get more Lorcana news to your front door. But until then, thanks so much for watching.
Thank you.
I've been Wheels. This has been Maddie.
Hi. Goodbye.
Have a lovely day.